Yo, what up? 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 What up, though? BallHawk here, man. Apologize for the do rag. Had an early workout and on my head sticking out like a porcupine. So again, apologize about the do rag. But look, man, um, not a morning stream to work, but I'm doing it from the crib for y'all. So I want to talk about a hot topic right now. Basically, with Zion Williamson blowing out a shoe yesterday, showing how explosive he really is. Everybody is discussing, and I heard Chris Broussard and Doug Gottlieb get into it like a heated discussion on First Things First this morning about players getting paid. I saw Jay Will after the game talk about how the Players Association and the NBA definitely have to reevaluate allowing athletes to have the option of going straight to the NBA out of college. Baseball does it right. I saw Danny Cannell tweet. He says that he don't feel like athletes should be paid, but they should have that option to go pro. Here's my thoughts on the situation, right? Regardless if you can go pro, regardless if you go to college, I feel like each athlete across the board should have the right to make money off of their likeness. Period. You think about the kid Destroy his YouTube channel. He was a kicker. I forgot what college he went to, but he was making money off of YouTube, basically having football videos, and I don't know if he did videos within the locker room or not. But the NCAA stepped in and was like, the young man is making too much. He's benefiting too much off of his own likeness, and they weren't getting a piece of the pie. We all understand that as an athlete, you make a decision as far as going to school or what comes with it, but that doesn't mean we can't evolve as a country and evolve our way of thinking and identify that the current structure is in the Stone Age. I see a lot of folks love to say that the athlete, you have a free education, right? UCF, thank you, Royce. They say, an athlete has a free education. Here's what I say to folks. There is nothing about an education that is free. You earn it. Now, do they have to pay? No, they don't have to pay financially, but they pay with their likeness. They pay with their blood, sweat, and tears. They pay by remaining eligible. So it's many factors that come to that free education. And so if an athlete got all in his feelings because you're saying you're getting a free education, right? Imagine if he's looking to the right or the left of him in class and he can't sell jerseys with his school name on it because of copyright, right? So the school could put their name and put your number, but not your name. But we all know who that jersey represents. The fans know who that jersey represents. And they're purchasing that jersey, not because it's the school's name. They're purchasing it because they understand what that jersey stands for. That's it. That's likeness, right? We know. But an athlete can't benefit from that. You look at Terrell Pryor. He used his own Ohio State jersey. His game jersey. It's his now in his possession. It's yours. Given. It's yours. For exchange for tattoos. And he got in trouble for that. How is that even fair? Right? Athletes can't go to a dealership and have a sign, like an autograph session to keep the money. You can't be an entrepreneur underneath the NCAA umbrella as of right now. But if you are a individual that's on an academic scholarship, just say you're going to be a lawyer, say you're going to be a doctor, say you're going to be an engineer, say you're going to be an architect, say whatever your major is, you have a day in the life in your major and you get a huge following. NCAA going to step in on that personal academic scholarship and be like, you can't have that YouTube channel. You write a book, they're going to stop you from having, no. But essentially they're getting a free ride because of their brain, right? It's a free education, but they get to benefit. They get to have the freedom to make money off of what they look like and what they do. But athlete can't do that. You're put in a box. It's, hey, you're an investment. And just in case you don't work out, we get to keep your likeness. But if we hit the jackpot, it just is what it is. I think athletes should be able to keep their likeness no matter the sport. If you blow up, and you become an attraction, you should be able to benefit from that. Period. Period. The athlete still has to pay for the basic stuff to keep them in hygienic products like toothpaste, soap, deodorant, laundry, detergent, whatnot. I just think, and appreciate that, Royce. I just think that I never heard an analyst or anybody ever talk about what I'm saying right now. Like, I just want an athlete, male or female, soccer, football, basketball, no matter what, allow these guys and women to keep their likeness so they can benefit off their name and not just the school. Because right now the schools are benefiting off of everything that's connected to the player. Period, fam. Period. You can make a shirt as simple as this and just put like BallHawk University, and my star player wears number 5, and I just put a 5 right there and put it in the stores. They're gonna do it. You think of like a Heisman campaign, right? Yeah. You have this Heisman campaign for the said player. And yes, you're selling out the dollars. Yes, you're selling out the ability to make the merch, and you're going to, everybody producing this product. But it's still based off the back of somebody else. It's just like if it was a professional and the agent just sold all these products. If Nike just made a shoe and said, these are LeBron James shoes, and put a LeBron James logo out there and said, these are the LeBron James shoes, and they didn't pay LeBron James, will it be able to work like that in America if he wasn't in the NCAA? Think about that. I'm going to just call this shoe the new Michael Jordans, and no, I ain't paying you. Likeness. Pay and likeness. Give them the opportunity to benefit and generate revenue. That's all. I'm not saying that as soon as you open up the likeness, the floodgates is going, oh my God, it ain't gonna be fair. It's not. What you're doing isn't fair as far as how we marketed teams. How the same individual was on ESPN. Like, just put like this. Zion Williamson, right? Huge attraction. Huge. Came here to play UVA. LeBron James is in the building with Rondo, amongst others. Grant Hill came for Zion, not for no damn Duke in Virginia. Don't get me wrong. The magnitude of the game helps. But they came to see Zion. Then you go to last night. You got Barack Obama in attendance to see this guy up close and personal, right? And then the school, you still have the right to make the ticket prices as much as you want because you run a business. But that kid running up and down the court is also a business. That's what I'm saying. Exactly, Roy. Allow the athlete to be a business, because the student on academic scholarship is a business. That's why I tell folks, when the athletes sign that national letter of intention, and yes, it's by choice, but that's the only choice you got. If you want to make it to the next level, they force you into that channel. That doesn't mean you can't challenge things. Yes, you can accept things, but you can start to challenge it as long as you have a clear way to communicate the discrepancies and what really should be going on. That's how we have progression. I mean, last night you had tickets for $2,500. $2,500 to get in Cameron Indoor Arena. Have you ever been in that arena? It's nice and trashy. It's not the best arena. I'm not paying no $2,000, let alone I ain't paying $200 to go in that arena. They sell you on the mystique. It's not a tip-top arena. It's not like a new state. It's old, fam. It's hot. $3,200 for 4 tickets. My man Brian Carr says some cat paid $32,000 for 4 tickets. The game before that, Floyd Mayweather was there. Floyd Mayweather throw around money. So if you ask him to give you $100,000 for the tickets, he gonna pay it because that's just what he do. So listen, my stance is not that a player should get a percentage of the ticket sales, a percentage of the concessions, a percentage of the jersey sales. I'm saying allow them to maintain their likeness so they can say, hey, I'm Joe Blow. I play quarterback. I'm the starter. I see that I'm on TV a lot. I want to go to the bank, take out a loan, and make some shirts, some merch, and then I'm gonna sell it to myself. Have you ever seen what's the show? The 30 for 30, the Notre Dame and Miami, when the dude was making the shirts, and once he became on scholarship, it was like, oh, okay, you can't make those shirts no more. You can't profit off of the likeness of the two schools, but the schools can profit off your likeness. It's almost to the point to where you could tell young people, if you're an athlete, strive to get great grades, strive to get a high mark on the SAT. And if this school is recruiting you, tell them, I want the academic scholarship. I don't want the athletic scholarship. I'm still going to play football, or I'm still going to play baseball, or I'm still going to play basketball, etc. But I want the academic route so I can keep my likeness, so I can sell me. Because when you sign that NLI, you can't sell you. I mean, it's a shame. Now we are to the point to where now the decision has to be made. Hey, Zion, are you going to be a businessman or a businessman? And people hate the fact, like Doug Gottlieb got real pissed off because he was like, we're this society is so soft and selfish. I think this society understands economics, understands business, understands self-preservation. It's so much more knowledge out here. People are so much more astute. And if this kid says, my knee, I think it's his hamstring, but this injury is going to make me be mortal, and people gonna start to have question marks because they're gonna feel like as we got deeper in the tournament and competition got tougher, that I couldn't rise to the occasion, and I might drop a slot here or there, or this proposal from this shoe company is missing 10 million because of my decision to keep playing. You know what I'm saying? Like, you never know, right? You just never know. And once you lose money, you can't make it up. If you lose $100 million, not 100, if you lose $100 and then somebody give you $100 because you lost $100, you still lost $100 because they could have still gave you $100 when you had your $100. If that makes sense, you know what I'm saying? That's one thing in this world you never make up. It's money, just like you can't make up for lost time. You know what I'm saying? The man blew out his shoe. What does Nike do? What does Nike do? You know, you got people saying he shouldn't have wore low tops. You got them looking at the bottom of his shoe saying, you know, he should have had the wherewithal to change shoes. Here's my thing. This how you know this kid isn't about the glitz and glamours and he just played basketball. Because they have the resources and he has the cachet to be able to switch shoes every game. But the kid has the from the bottom mentality. Like, the shoe looked like it was pretty worn out. But he just continued to play. Let me see what my man B. Cos wrote. Zion Williamson has $8 million in loss of value insurance from policy written by ISI. According to sources, in order to start collecting, however, he will have to slip past the 16th pick in this year's draft. Oh my God. So you got these players who take out insurance policies, and I played with one of the best ever that had an insurance policy, and the insurance policy was predicated on if he didn't play in the NFL, if he didn't get so many snaps, if this didn't happen, if that didn't happen. It was pretty much if you get hurt and you just don't ever play anymore, at least you get this 1 million, right? Or at least you get 500,000. You get something. That's what they basically saying. You can't make up for it, bro. Like, yes, you can have an insurance policy. And Doug Gottlieb was like, you could get hurt walking across the street. You could get hurt here. You could get hurt there. But if you understand, we all know that Zion Williamson came to college for 1 year because he had to, correct? That's in the channel. You got to go to college 1 year. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, Doug Gottlieb, if the consensus said he's going to be the top pick, and the goal was to play in the NBA, because that is the main goal. The sub goals are go to Duke, win a championship. Those are sub goals. But if the main goal is attained right now, he has every right to just say, I'm good. People got mad at Ben Simmons for going to LSU. Then people got mad at Ben Simmons for not going to class. Then people got mad for Ben Simmons for not being academically ineligible so he can play in the tournament or in the postseason. Why? He did what you said. He came to college. He played college ball because his goal was to go to the NBA. He did what you told him he had to do. You said, you got to go play college ball for 1 year. What is going to class for that 1 year going to do to somebody who's just going to college to be springboarded in 1 year? And Doug Gottlieb is a bold-faced live. Doug Gottlieb, yes, Doug Gottlieb got to understand this. Sometimes it's not about winning the argument. Sometimes it's about putting out accurate information and being true. The fact that he felt like Zion Williamson would have went to college for 1 year regardless is absolutely false. Nobody knows the 100% truth. It is hard for a young kid, 17 to 18, to turn down the upwards of $60 million, $50 million out the gate just so they could go play for Coach Mike Krzyzewski for 1 year, Doug Gottlieb. Oh, whoa. He's saying that even that rule wasn't in place. Oh, so Zion said he would go? Well, you know what, man? Even that, I'm going to look at Zion. So I apologize, Doug Gottlieb. I'm going to go to Zion. I'm going to put that energy on Zion then. Zion, it was easy for you to say you would go to college for 1 year, fam, because you wasn't tempted with the cash. Now that cash is right there in your face and you know you could get it next year, I bet you won't stay another year. It's the same difference. You know that cash right there. Stay another year. That's what I challenge and say. Now. I'm not saying he's totally wrong to go to school. If he chooses to go to school for a year, that's on Zion. I'm not saying he's wrong for that. But we all know we would say what we would do until that temptation is in our face because it's totally different. It's totally different. Somebody give you a proposal to buy out your company. I ain't selling my company for jack. And then they come with that proposal. You thinking like, shoot, I think I'm going to go ahead and take it. It's no different than a settlement. You probably playing, I ain't going to settle. They're going to hit me. I'm going to expose them till you realize that settlement is worth way more than the exposure because nothing's going to stop that company. Money talks very loudly, Royce. You are absolutely right. Money talks so loud. It screams at you. You got so many people who start a business so they could work for themselves and be their own boss. And they get traction. They get a big following. They love what they do. It's not considered work. And Google, somebody will come and be like, I'll give you triple of what your company is worth. And they love what they do. And if they say no, people will be like, you dumb. They will give you triple of what this is worth. Why would you keep doing it? And they be like, I love it. And you be like, man, you could still love what you do, getting triple of what they get, like what it's worth. You go start another one. But not to get sidetracked too much, man. I just wish it was a proposition out there to where athletes can maintain the rights to their likeness so they can make money off of memorabilia, off of merchandise. And I'm saying that they have the right to go to a bank and get a loan, or they can start a YouTube channel, get some traction, get some monetization to where they can use that money and make their own. Like you could make your own stuff and sell it. This is mine. I did this. This is me. And maybe that's already out there, and I just don't know. But can you imagine if you were Kyler Murray this last year? Oh, and speaking of that, Kyler Murray had a cheat in the Matrix. He was a millionaire still playing college football. He had an agent still playing college football. Exactly, Royce, and that's another thing. You see, if I say LeVar Ball, people are gonna turn their ears off. What LeVar Ball did is what they don't want, because LeVar Ball went outside the norm and started a brand to where he was selling his sons, like he beat people to the punch. He pounced on the likeness of his family member, his sons, and kept the money in-house because they benefit off the money. Like, if you're gonna have somebody make money off of you, at least allow your father to be able to bring that money back. Because we know Big Baller Brand is purchases are made because of his sons. Now you got people who are fans of him, but he got his claim to fame because of his sons. So in a sense, he's just like a university, but he's allowing his sons to benefit off of it. Whether you could say, well, they ain't seeing no money. What, I don't want to get into all that. But anyway, can you imagine? They wouldn't even allow a kid like LaMelo to come into school and have his own shoe. Why is that? Why can't an athlete come into college and have their own shoe? People say, "Oh, it's not fair." Shoot, it ain't fair that some players play and some don't. It ain't fair that some schools got bowling alleys and stuff for recruiting villas and other schools don't. Only time fair comes into play is like Stephen A said, when pigs are involved. I just, I find it all funny, bro. Keep your likeness, man. Keep your likeness. And yes, athletes know what they sign up for. You right, people. They get a free education. It's free. It's free. Everything is free. It's free. All right. If y'all really think, so if a sports scholarship is free, what you call an academic scholarship? Because you got a lot of mobility and a lot better options. Right? I mean, they're essentially paying you to maintain a grade point average, and you can do everything. That's why I think it's very disrespectful to say somebody is getting a free education. Everybody earns that education. Everybody does what it takes to maintain the benefits of having that education without having debt. Okay. How the system is in place right now. Anybody that's ever been to college, within your first week of being in college and you looked in your mailbox, how many credit card applications did you have? When you went to the dining hall, how many credit card applications and credit card companies were by the dining hall? Right? When it came to you wanting to go to college and you went and your parents, you fill out financial aid, or if you wanted to go to a bank, if you were saying, I'm trying to get an education, there were so many avenues for you to get money for a loan, right? And you can continue to take out because you're getting the education and getting in debt. But just say that same individual said, bump that, I don't want to go to college. I got a trade. I want to start my own business. And they go in there and say, I want to start my own business. They'd be like, what you got? That's like, what are you bringing to the table? Because just think, regardless, going to school or starting your own business, you're not bringing anything to the table financially. It's the reason why I'm coming to you. I need it. But just look at how things are structured. Either you be the hustler, or you get hustled. Like, you could go to college, you get your free education, as they say, as an athlete. You got to understand this. When you sign that NLI, the National Letter of Intent, you got to have a hustler's mentality, because you're going to get hustled in a sense to where you're put in the box and you're limited to all that you can do. You are under their umbrella. You're under two umbrellas, the school's umbrella, then the NCAA's umbrella. If you're an athlete, if you are an academic person on a scholarship, you the business. They're in partnership with you only. And that's just what I think gets confused, man. I mean, nobody's against education, but when we talk about college basketball and we talk about one and dones, ease up with the education talk, because they don't think nothing about their education. Education has no window. It's open until you die. When you play a sport, you have a window. You're never too old to go get a college degree. So that's why when people say stay and get your education, I don't have to stay to get my education. I could come back. Exactly. Roy, shout out to my dog Royce. Perfect example of a person with no education window. Because at his age, he went back and got his education. Did you finish that, Roy? Regardless, he's a perfect example. I see so many people, oh, this player should stay in school, get his education, have a backup plan. No, you could go leave with the understanding that if it doesn't work out, I'm going to have to pay out of my pocket. But the education is still there. I'm a perfect example of that. I didn't finish my last year at UVA. I got ready for the draft. I didn't get drafted. Went as an undrafted free agent. Went to the Chiefs. Then after the Chiefs, I went and played in the Arena League for 10 seasons. And after I was done, I went back to UVA and used my money that I got paid for playing professionally and finished. I went back to school. I was in my 30s when I got my degree. I paid for it. I had no issue with paying for it. So when people say stay and get your education, you need a backup plan, you can go back. Anytime somebody say you need to stay and get your education, they're displaying the fandom route and saying, I want to reap the benefits of being able to watch you and brag about your accomplishment so it could better help how I feel about my said team. Anybody and everybody should know if somebody has the opportunity to go pro in any field, especially if you're a basketball player in your first round, if you get a first round trade, deuces, peace. It ain't personal, it's business. Went back in 2010, graduated high school in 1986, and graduated college with a BS in business administration in 2016. Right now, I'm working college athlete at Coastal Carolina University. Salute to my man, Royce. Shaq is another one. Shaq left early, came back, got his degree. Larry Fitzgerald, University of Phoenix, he got his degree, went back. Like, you got Greg Odom, did the same thing. Ohio State left 1 year, had knee troubles, continued to try to play, didn't work out, went back to Ohio State. They don't really talk. Like, it's so many athletes that go back, but they never talk, they never glorify because it makes too much sense. It defeats the narrative of you can leave early and come back. Me, I got into the media because I want to make sure that I do a service to the public to always provide the narrative that many don't want you to know. I'm not trying to give away secrets. I'm just showing you that there are so many options in this world to be successful. So many options. So many. And it's not just the education route. Do we always preach young men and women to go and get a college degree? Absolutely, because that's the built-in narrative in America. You go get your education to hopefully better your life as far as your job opportunities, your financial ceiling. It could get higher. But now in this day and age, 1 degree isn't enough. So now you got to pay for 2. And when you get your 2, the job may not want to hire you because you're too expensive and you demand a certain salary. So they push you to the side. And now you're sitting here with these degrees and you're in debt and you're sitting there like, damn, while your homeboy who got a trade right out of high school went into business or did a little side hustle, worked for a company, built up some revenue, went to the bank, opened up their own business with their trade. And by the time you got out of college and you in the workforce, they didn't have their damn business for 3 or 4 years. I know. My best friend in my wedding had a trade. He has a car shop. You know, like Pimp My Ride, they do everything. Paint, tint, rims, speakers. They could do it all, right? He always took shop in high school, shop class, learn the trade, learn to work with his hands, right? Worked with his brother for a few years. I'm playing football. I'm chasing my football dream. By the time I got out of college and was going to chase the NFL, he was starting in his own shop. Been working for himself since 2000. And I could tell you more and more stories. That's why I tell young people, if anything, learn a trade. Have a business acumen of learning where you can get your loans and how you can work for yourself, because just because you get the education doesn't guarantee you anything. One thing education guarantees you is debt. College athletes won't ever get paid to the degree people want them to. Blame Title IX. I think if they paid these guys, more players would stay longer. My first year at community college, I met a lady who was 76 going back to get her MBA, so was taking some refresher classes. My brother-in-law. All right. Shout out to my dog Clyde. Shout out to Twan. Just logged in the stream, logged on to the stream. You know, it's a little later today. It's snowing here, so the school's got a delay, so I could go live at the crib and not driving down the road. But yeah, man, it's just a way to broaden the horizon and just try to get athletes to be able to benefit off of what they do. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, you can be an engineer student, you can be a doctor, and anything that you major in, you can have a camera, right? And granted, the exposure is going to be a little different to be a little tougher. But just say you great at editing videos, or you got a knack for being a people person, and you a day in the life of a law student, and you just in there logging your classes and this and that, and you're studying, and people love it, and you start making money, and you getting paid to go to school. I don't think the NCAA that I know of, I don't think they're gonna step in, right? Are they gonna step in? I don't think they're gonna step in. I could be wrong. So if I'm wrong, let me know, and then I could just delete this whole damn stream. But if I'm right, I'm rocking with it. I'm gone. But the boy Destroyer from UCF, the kicker, he was making videos that pertain to football. I don't know if he was doing videos in the locker room or not, but I know he was doing them in the dorms. And the NCAA was like, hold on, this dude making too much money and we ain't getting a piece of it. He under scholarship. You either choose your scholarship or your YouTube channel. And the kid chose his YouTube channel. So, hey, Brian, don't you ever come here and say my Hokies no more, okay? That's blasphemous. You cannot come to my stream talking about my Hokies, okay? Matter of fact, you don't even say Hokies. Just say my team in college and then make him guess and describe who they are. Don't you ever put Hokies in my stream, brother. That's bad. That's disrespectful. You know what I'm saying? I'm appalled that you would do something like that. He said one of the wide receivers left there and coming here. Dang, they just exchange people. Hey, man. Damn, I've been on here 30 minutes, man. Hopefully people, they check in and see what I'm talking about, man. Because I'm not jumping out the window and saying that athletes should just get paid off I understand the revenue piece and all that stuff is very murky, and it's going to be different for schools, different for the individual, things like that. I just say that when you sign that national letter of intent, it should be a addendum that says you can maintain your likeness. If you happen to construct merchandise and you have an idea off of your likeness, you are welcome to benefit from it. Simple as that. Simple as that. I mean, can you imagine? There's a lot of these athletes who want to get into broadcast journalism. Can you imagine why they in school and they downtime instead of playing Halo, they holding interviews with their teammates and stuff, and they putting it on YouTube, or they putting it on Anchor, and they putting it on BlogTalk, they putting it on iTunes, and they get a huge following because the local college fan base will support these athletes because they're family. And how, that's just another stream of revenue, fam. Like they don't have the option of really that kid on academic scholarship can also go work a 9 to 5. That college athlete, he has no time to work a job all year. It's different. And now I know it's exposure for the college athlete versus the non-exposure for the academic scholarship. But I'm just thinking out loud. This ain't scripted, man. But yeah, man, I'm trying to figure out I'm gonna end up making another stream because I gotta talk about a different subject. About the Steelers. So I'm gonna make another stream. I'm gonna talk about Antonio Brown and the Steelers right quick. So I just want to, say NCAA allow athletes to make money off of their likeness. That's it. Y'all could keep the revenue. You could overprice like you did for the Cold Crush. Obama in the building, Floyd Mayweather in the building. You could charge 10 grand if somebody want to buy 10. I mean, that's your business. You could do that. What good is exposure if you don't get paid? Yep, and that's what we're gonna leave it at. See. Just think of this. ESPN has the right now to basically make a Zion infomercial why you need to watch them no matter who they play because of his highlight. Like if Zion had a homeboy record him at a game and wanted to make his own YouTube channel and just put up videos of him just dunking all the time, because that's all his video is, him dunking and then talking behind the scenes, and he wanted to put it on because just think if Zion Williamson put out a YouTube channel, fam, it's gonna get 1 million views with no videos. He can have one video introducing himself. This is my channel, and never put up anymore. That one video just saying, "Hi, I'm Zion Williamson," and then dunking in a park. You know how many subscribers it would get quick, fast, in a hurry in that one day? And NCAA step in and be like, "Hold on, Woody, son, back the lineup. We need some of that." Is that fair? Just like I'm doing right now. Look, Zion could take his iPhone, just like I got an iPhone right. He can take his iPhone, go to a park, put it up, and have a first person point of view. Or just he could put like a GoPro on the helmet and just have it sticking like this, and he could just put you in flight. That's like taking flight with Zion. He just have you in his body every time he dunk, so you can see he take off from the free throw line. You there, you Zion. NCAA be right there. But I ain't gonna talk y'all head off, man. I'm gonna make another stream because I gotta talk about something else. Y'all be easy, man. Subscribe to the channel. I'm out.